IVM.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Positively Unlimited podcast. And this one is super exciting because firstly, we have completed 2 full rounds of the A to Z of Positive Action series. So thank you very much for listening in, for writing to me on Instagram, for giving me all the suggestions and the feedback that you guys have given. I'm sitting here and still going on creating more episodes because you guys have told me that something that I say works for you, it clicks, it helps you change certain things in your life. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now, the other thing that I want to tell you before I move into today's episode, I want to just ask you all to send me your suggestions, any obstacle, any mindset that you would want me to talk about. What is it that you want me to help you through? I have received a whole bunch of those suggestions on Instagram. My handle is Positivity Angel, and in the coming few episodes, I am talking about anxiety, toxic relationships, as well as chronic pain. All this has been suggested by you guys. So write to me. My handle is Positivity Angel on Instagram. My email ID is chetna@circleofpositivity.com. Right? Going into today's episode, well, it's really special. I've done this before in 2 other episodes, and I'm giving you a third gift today. It's a meditation to help you center yourself. The earlier 2, if you want to go to it, I know I did one in episode 18, which was called Raise Your Vibrations, which was all about tuning into and attracting all the things that you desire in your life. It was all about getting clarity as well as going into a manifesting frequency. In episode 27, which was the bonus episode, I'd created a oneness meditation, which was all about grounding your energies and really finding a centered state within. Right? But today, I'm talking about Z for zipping through life. You know what happens to a lot of us is that we go through life chasing things. I know I've spoken about this in many episodes before, and if you really want to chase things in your life with complete clarity and in alignment, maybe you want to tune into the very first episode of the Positively Unlimited podcast, which was A for Align. A lot of times when we are zipping through life, we know where we are headed. We know exactly what we want, but circumstances and life is just that crazy. Everything is hectic, everything feels like it's going too fast. Had that feeling before? Well, today's meditation is about centering your energies and really coming into your own being when you are experiencing that. Give this a thought. What are you chasing? And even when you know what it is and life is getting crazy, what can you do to find your center once again? That's what today's visualization is all about. It's something that can help you realign your emotions and your thoughts in a matter of minutes. So find yourself a comfy spot. Like I always say, make sure you have backrest. If you're sitting on a chair, keep your feet grounded flat on the ground. If you are sitting on the floor or even with your legs crossed on the chair, that's fine. You can even do this when you are lying down. The only time you don't want to do this is if you are driving. If you are commuting, heading to work, or heading in between meetings, this might be just the visualization that you need to center yourself and walk into that meeting room with full power. So make yourself comfortable and slowly and steadily close your eyes and begin to breathe deep. Allow yourself to just inhale deep and exhale slow. Breathe in deep again and breathe out slow. Each exhale allows you to release that craziness that you've been experiencing. Imagine if it was a light. What color is that light that you are exhaling? And each time that you breathe out, there's a beautiful sense of calm, relief, even release that is flowing through you. Breathe in deep, breathe out very slow. You can even try breathing out with your mouth. If you are really stressed, just allow yourself to let go. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling once again and exhaling. Very slowly, you find your breath settling, you find your body settling. You might want to adjust yourself a little right now. And that's okay. Clear your throat if you need to. And as your breath settles through this all, you begin to breathe without any effort, inhaling and exhaling as an observer, watching the breath flow into you, flow out of you, beautifully at a rhythm and a pace that feels natural, that feels normal, and that just allows you to stay within your being. And as you start experiencing your breath flowing through you, it's almost as if someone made you sit on the divider in the middle of a crazy, busy day with traffic zooming past you on both sides. You know the visual I'm talking about. You've seen it in music videos before. Just allow yourself to sit there, safe and sound, middle of the road, and the cars are zooming past you. Some of them seem so fast that all you can see are the red tail lights. And as you sit there and continue to breathe at ease, you realize your life is moving at a pace that you can handle. And whenever it's getting a little crazy, you can pull yourself into this spot and just sit. Now as you sit here and look at the cars passing by, inhaling and exhaling, a sense of calm, a sense of reassurance filling you up, I want you to imagine all those circumstances that were driving you nuts today, that to-do list that seemed so overwhelming, turn into tiny cars and zoom past you. And as those things on the to-do list, as that energy of chaos transforms visually into different cars, some may look like giant trucks, some may look like the tiny rickshaws on our street that cause half those jams. Some may look like those fancy cars that you wish you were right now sitting in, going on a long drive. And as all of this comes to be, you open up your palms, and in that moment everything begins to slow down. The traffic light turns red, and all the cars gently begin to stop, very slowly, easily. And as all the cars stop, all the honking, all that noise that was driving you nuts begins to fade. It fades completely, and you experience a moment of deep silence. In this moment, you know you are in control. Look to your left and right. Look behind you and look ahead of you. Every car moving in whichever direction has stopped, almost as if frozen in time. And yet, there is movement within it. The energies are still flowing. This is just a momentary pause. In this moment, if you feel like turning the red light to a green and allowing a few cars to move forward, be aware, what do those cars represent on your list? Is it something that was pending or a deadline that is looming? Just turn the light green and let it flow through. None of the other cars will move. They will willingly stay where they are meant to stay. They will willingly stay exactly where you have asked them to stay. And as you allow yourself to breathe in this stillness, inhale and exhale with complete clarity now. Look at all those cars and experience what each one represents, the item on your to-do list or the chaos of circumstance that it represents. And slowly let yourself come back into the center. Now in that spot, within your imagination, you stand up and you get a good view of what everything looks like. Know that from this moment when you do open your eyes, you will be more in charge. And as you stand there looking at all these cars that represent the craziness of the day or the week, you decide how you want to move these pieces and in what order they will flow through those traffic lights. You are standing completely centered, completely aligned to your desire, knowing fully well what is possible and what is not, knowing fully well which cars, which things need to wait, what requires patience and persistence, and what requires you to run in this moment now. And as this awareness settles within you, as the clarity flows through every cell within you, you inhale and exhale, and very slowly, very gently, wiggle your toes and your fingers, and open your eyes. As you bring yourself back into the space, find yourself feeling calm and centered, and grab a pen and paper if you can, and quickly write 3 things. Only 3 things that need to get done as of today. And that is all that you will choose to focus on. That is all that you will choose to sit with. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. We will be back next Monday with a whole new series of the Positively Unlimited podcast. All previous episodes are available on the IVM app as well as ivmpodcast.com. So don't forget to tune into those. And like I mentioned earlier, there are 2 other meditations, episode 18 and episode 27. See which one resonates with you and give it a try. Until next week, I hope you're able to work through the chaos in a centered and calm manner.
Hey Meghnad, do you know how to citizen?
Hey Shreyas, do you know how to citizen?
Hey Meghnad, do you know how to citizen?
Hey Shreyas, let's just do a podcast about it.
Let's do a podcast about it. A podcast is called
How to Citizen.
In every episode, we get a new guest and discuss one chapter from the 8th grade civics textbook. Think about it as 3 friends revising before a test, and we go back to school. There's nostalgia, there's trauma, there are lunch breaks, there are favorite teachers, there are horrible teachers, there's everything.
So every Tuesday we bring in a guest on the podcast and we ask them a very simple question. Do you know how to citizen?
Meghnad, I think the question is, do you know how to citizen?
But Shreyas, I'm asking you this question. Do you know how to citizen?
Hello everybody, we have a brand new daily podcast we're working on with Bloomberg Quint. All you need to know provides the top news on business, markets, and the economy so that you can stay ahead of the curve. Tune in every morning on BloombergQuint.com, the IVM podcast app, or wherever you get your podcast from.